Alright, after a few years have passed, we have some catching up to do.
And sometimes Isabela gets into awful trouble. You'll watch out for her too.
Merrill, what brought this on?
Anything could happen. You'll protect them though. It's what you do.
There's nothing to worry about, Merrill.
Catastrophe has struck, partner. We are ruined. Ruined.
It's always something with this mine.
A cart came back from the Boon Pit, half-wrecked, with a dozen mangled bodies. The horse pulling the cart was the only survivor, and it does not speak. Town full of rotten mages, and not one can get answers from a horse.
I'll check it out. You keep interrogating that horse.
I knew I could depend on you. Just like old times, partner.
Yeah, just like old times. You sitting back and getting fat off the blood, sweat, and tears of your workers, and everybody else suffering because of it. Yeah. Wow, is Orlais made up of just a bunch of people like that right there? Yeah, not a nice place at all. Okay, so really just going to do a bunch of errand running. I have to get some things out of the way now at some point, and I kind of like to bunch these things together when I can. Get things started at the Bone Pit, get all my companions visited to see what they've been up to and which way they're headed. Some of that stuff will unlock kind of as we go, so I'll have to keep my eye on the journal to see when someone needs to talk to me and stuff like that. There's a pretty good quest line for Fenris, I believe. Assuming we haven't missed anything up to this point. I don't think we have with him. Been pretty regular about checking back. Although there may be something to be said for actually developing some kind of either friendship or rivalry with the follower to get certain things triggered. I'm not sure. Don't know if that's the case. It seems like there's been times where I've done playthroughs and I've checked back with people pretty regular and not had the option to do certain things that I was, used to being able to do. And I don't know, maybe that plays into it. If you have to be at a certain, like I say, friends or enemies, one way or the other, with that person in order for maybe their particular companion quest to trigger or something like that. But I think with Fenris, it pops up regardless. I don't know. We'll see. Trying to get everything done best I can. I'll be leveling again, probably relatively shortly, even though, levels are pretty few and far in between. Still, there's a lot of stuff to be done right here at the opening part of this chapter, so I think I can squeeze one more level out relatively quickly. Yeah, stuff like that, just sitting around here and there. Okay, now I'll be looking to exchange these weapons here for a couple daggers. If you've ever wondered how to get a matching set of the Dalish daggers like you start the game with, basically those are twin copies of the same dagger. Alright, but you can get two of the same style daggers. One's for sale at the weapons dealer at the Gallows, and the other one is found from this quest right here, dealing with old Nuncio.
Ah, the champion of Kirkwall. Your reputation precedes you. Forgive me, I should introduce myself properly. My name is Nuncio Caldera Lanos. I am a noble from the beautiful country of Antiva.
It must have taken a lot of practice to say that all in one breath.
It's mostly to impress the ladies, I assure you. I've come to ask your help, champion. Hiding among the Dalish is an elven assassin I've been chasing for months. He's a master manipulator who will endanger even his own kind to ensure his survival.
You don't seem the type to hunt assassins. Why are you after him?
At first, it was merely duty to Antiva. But after losing so many good men to him, it became personal. He's nothing but a murderer, a thief, and a liar.
You want me to use my wily ways to find out where the Dalish are hiding this elf?
That is part of it, yes. This elf is very dangerous, and he must be brought in before he kills again. I've heard of your dealings with the Dalish. I was hoping you could go where my men could not. Find out where the assassin is hiding, and apprehend him.
I'll see what I can do.
One of the Dalish, a woman named Varric, is a friend of his. I suggest speaking with her first.
We won't be here when you get back. We got a campsite outside the city. Look for us there.
Something tells me you want me to do your dirty work, then you're going to do some dirty work on me. I don't know, a bunch of rogues standing around, highly armed, in front of the whorehouse. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. You know? No warning signs going up there. No, not at all. Oh, sure, absolutely. Everything you say, I trust it implicitly. Let me just do your bidding and then go meet you in some out-of-the-way place off on the coast. All by my little lonesome. Sure, sure. Sounds like a plan. What could go wrong?
Aveline.
I love the almost flamenco-style music going on.
In your mirror.
It's got a lot of flair. Ah, I love playing a rogue, because you can just run around and pick that stuff for yourself.
A wife? All the mistakes I made to get here and make it right. Why? What have you decided to see?
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Cracks mostly. Maybe I'll borrow yours sometime, if that's all right.
It's all right.
Wow, Aveline actually likes Merrill. That's cool. Aveline's definitely a fair person. She really has the right job being captain of the guard. Kirkwall could do a whole lot worse than that. I mean, as we've seen already. And that she's able to keep that job in the face of all the corruption in the city. That's remarkable. I think everyone's just scared of her. I think that's just what it boils down to.
Flowers.
Varric will be the first to tell you that. It's pretty funny.
I have to admit, Anders, of the mages I know, you're the one I expected to go out in a blaze.
The day is young.
It was a compliment, you ass.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, Aveline, Aveline, you might want to look a little deeper anyway, because you're obviously missing something. If Anders is able to pull the wool over your eyes, then, yeah, that won't end well, so... consider your stand. He's not going to take compliments anyway. He doesn't really like anyone, including himself, so, you know, that's falling on deaf ears. Alright, so speaking of Aveline, I guess we can go see what she's up to. She always seems to want to talk to us about something.
The Knight Commander is grateful for your support, champion.
I think we're pretty much done with her companion stuff, though, like, you know, actual quest
I don't
lines.
expect you to stick around for this mess, Merrill. This has nothing to do with your elves.
I love Hawk. I wouldn't...
Aww.
Well, look who it is. You. The you. If you don't mind, I could do with a significant reduction in the amount of attention this office receives. A visit from the champion is something of the opposite.
I sense I am unwelcome in the halls of power.
Power. I am just the hand on the seal, waxing what I'm told. Now I'm trapped under Templar scrutiny, waiting for them to note how easily I might be replaced.
And it isn't going well?
It is not going well.
When Viscounts die, it's the sycophants who truly suffer.
If his death was more fresh in my mind, I would give you such a... censuring. I can still do that, I think. Each day is fresh insult. Leave me. That's all I need. The champion.
You know, we've done nothing but favors for the guy. I understand he's caught up in his own political intrigues and, you know, he's basically sitting on top of the icing of the cake that, you know, he helped bake. And,
Hello again.
You know, if it doesn't smell just right, then it's everyone else's fault, I'm sure, but whatever.
Back to the barracks. I never tire of it.
A little too whiny for me. I think he can just go on about his business. He'll eventually find another pair of boots to polish, I'm sure. Alright, once again, not really so much concerned with the loot as I am the free experience. Gotta have it. Alright, let's see what Aveline's up to. Yeah, just about everybody needs to talk to me about something. So I'm not seeing Fenris on there. Okay.
Guardsman, duties for the week will be...
Lowtown canvas. 5 on, 3 off.
City perimeter by 2s. Clear by 2nd watch.
Training recruits full metal by week's end.
Anything else, Captain?
No. Thank you. Donicus. A good man. I'm sorry, was there something you wanted?
You never said how your 3 weeks in Orlais went.
You're right. I didn't.
So how was it? Oh!
Anything else?
Your men could give the Templars a run for their sovereigns.
They've had to. As long as there's no Viscount, the Order thinks they can bark at any man in uniform. I won't have it. The people of Kirkwall need to see themselves in their guard. Lose that connection, we're just targets.
Kirkwall seems to have rallied around you.
I try to keep order, and people appreciate that. Everything else is going insane. A few complaints here and there, but for the most part, I think everyone's just glad the guard has been stable for a few years.
Just checking in. Need anything?
Yes, there's something. Come back soon. I'll get into it then.
I'll see you later.
Of course, Hawk.
I don't remember what else we do for Aveline. I really don't. Oh well, guess we'll find out.
I wonder if I should...
Okay, so let's see who's next.
You're part of the Merrill family, aren't you?
Trying to think of what else we do in the back end of the keep here too. It's all a little vague. Okay, well, that's cool. Kind of nice to set the game down for a while, come back later and forget some of the stuff, and it's kind of new again. It's very cool. Alright, now this is all going to be pertaining to Sebastian, I'm sure.
The Viscount seat empty will just tempt people to fight for it. It will cause more trouble than it prevents.
Well, you've got a brain in there after all. I was convinced that headband was to keep it from falling out.
Fuck you, Anders, with your... Wow, Aveline has tolerated you, along with everyone else, and you just don't know... Well, he has no awareness whatsoever. Yeah. You know, it's interesting how Anders will run around and he'll criticize you with your paintbrush while he accuses you of labeling everybody, specifically the mages. Anybody in a robe is automatically innocent regardless of what they're caught in the act of doing. Which most of it's something pretty awful at the expense of some innocent person or people, or many innocent people. And the whole time he's got this roller in his hand and he's labeling everybody. Just an absolute hypocrite in every sense of the word. I mean, the definition of hypocrite and double standard, right there. Walking definition of it. It's infuriating, actually. It's beyond just annoying. It's actually infuriating. It's Is there actually people like that? And they get they find a podium where people will listen to them and actually listen to what they say and be swayed by it and be destroyed as a result of it, all the while talking about how right they are. It's, oh man. Huge problem.
The first enchanter overstepped his bounds.
He was provoked.
Is there a problem? Well, if there was, you wouldn't deal with it anyway, so doesn't really matter, does it?
Strength will not win this fight, Sebastian. If the Maker is merciful, he will help them find peace. We can only be waiting when they do.
Poor Andraste.
Do you never intend to give a public answer, Your Grace?
What have I been asked?
About the mages. You could calm this fire if you stepped forward.
The Chantry's teachings are clear. Those who turn against them would not listen more to me than to Andraste.
Orsino and the Knight Commander will tear Kirkwall apart.
They will try. I did not expect things to deteriorate so fast. I thought after the Canary, no one would wish for more violence. It has drawn more attention than I would like. Sebastian, if I can ask...
Anything, Your Grace.
And the champion, too, if you will?
I can't imagine any way this will go wrong.
What would you have of us?
The Divine is concerned about the situation here. She does not want to see the Free Marches become another Imperium. She has sent an agent to assess the danger. Meet with her, please. Tell her drastic measures won't be required.
Isn't lying a sin?
Has Kirkwall not suffered enough? Should it be declared anathema and an enemy of the Chantry? Imagine Hightown streets, filled not just with Meredith's Templars, but all the forces the Divine can command.
Surely the Divine wouldn't treat the whole city as enemies.
She is concerned. It is never wise to draw the concern of the powerful.
She is the voice of Andraste. She cannot turn the might of the Chantry against the innocent due to proximity.
Were no innocents harmed in the Exalted Marches? She will do her best, Sebastian. But she must act first to protect the faith.
What can you tell me about this servant of the Divine?
I was not told her real name. Only to call her Sister Nightingale. She is said to be the Divine's left hand, sent to do work that might blacken the Divine's name.
What argument would convince her?
The Divine has heard my protests already. I must trust your own powers of persuasion now.
This cannot wait.
Thank you. We cannot allow this ridiculous mage rebellion to turn into holy war.
The agent, Sister Nightingale, will be waiting in the Viscount's throne room tonight. She wishes to remain unseen. The room has been sealed since the Canary incident. It may be difficult to get in without attracting attention.
Okay, so this Grand Cleric, enjoying all the trappings of the tithes of the faithful in her position as Grand Cleric, refuses to ever lift a finger to do anything, and the closest she's come to action is to ask us to do her work for her, to fight against her quote-unquote divine, who might actually ask something of her in the future. Can't have that, right? Well, her inactivity and her uselessness has led to a lot of this. It's interesting how the religious
I shudder to think of the Divine sending Templars against the
They
Free
can,
Marches.
they can accuse the Maker of, you know, if something happens and the Maker meant it to happen. If it didn't happen, the Maker didn't mean it to happen. And if you ask them to make a difference, they'll say the Maker hasn't told them to, or something. And so just, wow. But all the while eating fat and proper off the tithes of the faithful. And it's sickening. It's sickening. And then to cover all that up with this flowery, religious-sounding speech to justify every single inactivity of laziness, you know, stemming from laziness and uselessness and cowardice and what have you. It's just, it's... And then you got the common folk, and then when you do the right thing, the hard thing, it makes them feel insecure because they see a reflection of their horrible self in your mirror, and they and then they want to lash out at you for it. Nothing like a religious imposter facing the righteousness that religious person claims to be, usually in the guise of a person who could care less about image. They just want to get things done. Those are the good people. Those are the heroes. Those are the ones who do things for the right reason, which is for something other than themselves. Religious folks find a pretty fat nest to sit there and feed in. Because, well, faithful people, they want purpose, they want answer. Arishok kind of hit on that when he talked about, you know, the Qun and purpose, that people flock to it, looking for it when there is none, and there's a point to that. And the Chantry certainly doesn't offer any of that. It's, you know, come and, you know, give us your money or go to hell. It's really what it boils down to, bottom line. I mean, you can flower it up any other way you want to, but when you just get down to the basics of the basics, that's about it. And, you know, if the Maker's like that, then he's just a dick. Sorry, that's just the way it is. If, I say, you know, remember, that's the key word there, if he's like that. And I doubt, whatever concept one might have of a higher power, that person does not enjoy the that type of thinking and behavior being done in his name by religious people who claim, you know, to fall under his faith type of thing, you know. But well, that's what people do. So anyway, and we see the results here. Chantry could have seriously been a stopgap between all of this and stepped in to do what they were supposed to do, but rather than lift a finger, leave it up to everybody else and, you know, just throw "it's the Maker's will" out there anytime something's not going according to plan, or anytime you're asked to inconvenience yourself by, I don't know, you know, doing your job, actually standing up for what you claim to believe in, things like that. Oh no, can't have any of that. It's not the Maker's will, of course, you know, if it means you doing something you don't want to do. No, which usually winds up being the right thing, not wanting to do the right thing, because it might require some effort. Anyway. Well, I'm talking real life problems here. Actually, just, you know, it's just reflected here in the game. It's really all it is. And it's not just the various religious communities that are guilty of this, but to a great degree. Because anytime you throw some kind of divine authority in the mix, then you feel empowered to do or not do the horrible things that you do, or the good things that you choose not to do. You know, I mean, that's usually what it boils down to. So, at least in my experience, from what I've seen. All right, no word from Fenris. I'm kind of curious. Gonna go see if I can force at least a hello out of him or something. Probably not. He'll probably just say we need to get a move on. Get out of my face.
We should move on.
Yeah, get out of your face. Okay. Guess that's what I'll do then. Later, bud. I think that is literally everybody but Fenris. Looks like it. So I guess we'll just make our rounds. I don't know. Let's see, we have a letter.
That ruckus has been going on for some time. Can you come?
Many letters, actually. Letter from Teventer. I wonder if that might spark something with Fenris. Maybe? Not sure. Not sure at what point we're going to do the Mark of the Assassin. I guess probably any time, really.
Hightown is such a strange place. It feels like it's miles away from everywhere else. The alienage, Sundermount, Ferelden, those could be from a dream. Oh, Marvinan, I didn't see you there. I'm going to visit the alienage. Do you want anything from Lowtown?
Are you close to many of the people in the alienage?
No, not really. I think most of them don't even know my name. I'm stopping by my house for a bit, that's all. I've left some things undone there. I'll be back later.
If you'd just move in all your stuff, you wouldn't have to keep going there.
It's better if some things stay away from this house. Back before dark, I promise.
I think she's not real happy with the path that she's on. With that whole mirror thing, I guess? Taking it that's the root of that problem.
I'm sure the furniture's very sorry for whatever it did, old boy. All right, let's see.
Please don't open the door.
You've caught a burglar. Good boy.
My legs are cramping. Please, just let me go.
You expect me to just let you walk out of here?
Please, sirrah. I was seduced by a crime at a very young age, but your guard monster has scared me towards a path of honest work.
Yeah.
I'll give you to the count of 5 before I sick my Mabari on you.
What? Surely you wouldn't.
1.
But...
2. 3, 4, 5. Make sure our guest leaves quickly.
It's stuff like that that makes the game just awesome. That's what I'm talking about right there. Alright, so I think that'll do more to dissuade him from his life of crime than just letting him go. I'm sure everybody's been letting him go.
Lady is scary.
Who's he talking about?
There's no old lady, Sandal. How many times do I have to tell you that?
What's this about?
Oh, my boy sees things sometimes. Says he saw an old lady standing by his bed. She has a scary laugh. Yes, well, there you go.
He scratched his backside. Sandal's awesome. I really want to know who he's talking about there. I've always had a feeling that's really relevant.
That's where the boom comes from, I think.
Boom comes from the salamander. Okay, salamanders are the secret to Sandal's enchanting powers, I guess. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe so. Maybe they are. Who knows? Maybe salamanders hold the key to all that. Alright, so we'll be doing this thing. I guess we'll probably advisable to have Sebastian in our party. So we can do that for a while. I'll talk to one of my least favorite people here. See what emo state of mind he's worked himself up into.
You think I don't know the city guard is just another arm of the Templars?
That is completely unfair.
If they show up here, I'll know who to blame. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Yeah, he's way stepped over a line. She's had his back, too.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to see that.
Several times she should have beat your ass,
Can't
punk.
be too careful. Now that the Knight Commander has basically appointed herself Viscount.
Between ruling the city and torturing mages, it's a wonder she has time to keep that sword so shiny.
She has nearly crushed the flame of hope for mages here. The Mage Underground is all but destroyed. and those left have turned to blood magic as their only option.
Ah, they were doing that all
Which
along.
Meredith knows will prevent any chance of
Intentionally
the public taking their
blind.
side.
Fighting blood mages since we got here. Stupid ass, you've been with us half the time.
Proves her point.
The Blight was stopped only with the aid of 2 mages, one an apostate. But it makes no difference. The Chantry set us on this path long ago. It would take something truly catastrophic to change people's thinking now.
The Chantry sent you on that path. Wow. Blame everyone but yourself for your evil, evil actions and your perverted ass thinking. Yeah. That's the... You just can't fix that kind of stupid. You really can't. Ah, what a shame. A lot of people are going to suffer because of that thing that I've got in my party right there. Oh, lo and behold, more mobs. Well, that's awesome. Carter thugs still after us. Leftovers from Corypheus brainwash fanatics or something, maybe? He's going to pop up here somewhere. There he is. Yeah, I can assassinate too, dude. The chunks of XP we get for this are a lot bigger now. They definitely scale with you. That's a good thing. See, maybe we can't trigger another mob like that. That'd be nice. Anybody? No? Yep, there we go. This time we got an apostate mage. Something, actually, these alchemists are kind of a different kind of mage altogether. I don't think they're necessarily blood mages, per se. Not sure what significance or role these guys play. Hitting hard around here. Oh, cool. Okay. I would have missed that had I not come down here.
The sewers aren't half as bad as the deep roads.
Let's see. I kind of look around, not just for craft materials and things like that, but you never know when you might pick up a fetch 'em quest item. Some random sack sitting somewhere that's got some, I don't know, toe or missing finger or something that somebody wants somewhere. You usually pay pretty good gold for it. The XP doesn't hurt either. Very good. Not much for tonics and grenades and things. Haven't dealt with him much. Would be cool if he sold, you know, at some point in the game, maybe some armor upgrade for one of the particular party members or something like that.
Come on, Daisy. You shouldn't be stuck in this rat trap. Does Hawk even know you're here?
I don't have to ask permission to come to my own house, Varric.
Just take a walk around the Lowtown Market. Get some air, and I'll stop bothering you.
I know you mean well, but I have too much to do right now.
I'll let you talk some sense into her, Hawk.
Varric is very sweet. Frequently infuriating and a terrible busybody, but sweet. I probably should have told Bodan where I was going. I hope I didn't worry you.
What brought you back down here?
I'm still trying to make it work. The mirror, I mean. I'm so close. In the market the other day, Out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw Tamlin. I blinked, and he was gone. I don't know what it meant. Maybe nothing. Maybe I'm going mad. I miss them all. Even the Keeper.
I'm sure the Keeper would like to see you again.
I'm sure she would. She loves to lecture. I bet her new first appreciates that. I wish I could have seen it. It doesn't matter. I'm here now. Maybe Varric was right. Shall we go out for a bit? I could use some sunshine.
Alright, if it's enough to get Varric worried, then yeah, you know. Something's making him uncomfortable there. Something having to do with his mirror or whatever, her being obsessed with it. Coming off over here to work in secret type of thing. It's not like I have her caged. She's not my pet elf. I mean, Merrill's my girlfriend as far as that goes. She can go where she wants, but there is some concern. If it bothers Varric, if it's enough to catch his attention, then yeah, there's probably something going on there, because he's always kind of keeping his eye out for everyone in the party. It's kind of his self-appointed role, I guess you could say. Keep the heat off. And, make sure no one gets themselves buried too far into trouble, type of thing.
You really believe everything you hear?
A face to forget, but do I know you, Canary?
Talvashoth, once of the Wounded Coast. I had left my fellows. You convinced me to turn on them. It was long ago. I am now Maras, mercenary of Kirkwall. Time has been kind to your name, champion.
I'm surprised to see any Kunari or Talvashoth in the city.
The Kunari died with the Arishak, as they believed they were meant to. Many Talvashoth were also killed, just in case. Time has calmed those fears. Now I am hired as much for my appearance as my skill. Life is comfortably empty. I see the appeal.
Does Maras mean something?
It means nothing. I have no role, except for what I choose.
Is that good or bad?
It just is.
So, interested in some work?
Yes, but not with you.
Why?
I do not work for those with titles. They do not have jobs, they have causes. When you stand for more, more stand against you.
Do I have to worry about this old scar?
I felt no kinship to those dead when they lived. You pushed, but the killing was my choice. It led to many more, for many reasons. So no, you and I are not enemies.
Farewell then.
Panehedan, Sira Hawk.
Kind of cool. He actually said some kind of wise things there. That's actually pretty cool. I'll quote him on that, actually.
Oh, that looks like the house special. Whiskey flavored with rat droppings.
You don't have to keep checking up on me. I'm fine.
I'm just here for the rat flavored whiskey.
Right. Remember what you said after the mess with the Kunari.
I'm proud of you for doing the right thing.
It may have been the right thing, but it was also the dumb thing. The relic was mine. I should have kept running.
I couldn't have saved Kirkwall without you.
Bullshit. You could have stormed the keep and slaughtered all those Kunari if you had to. You and Aveline. I mean, look at her. She's a woman-shaped battering ram.
True.
The fact is, you and I have nothing in common anymore. You're a champion, and I'm just a lying, thieving snake.
Well, maybe.
Whatever you think you are, I still care about you. It must have been hard to give up the relic, and I appreciate it. Whatever comes, you have my support.
Well, perhaps it's time to stop hiding. And I do miss the trouble we used to get into. Tell you what, I'll be here if you need me.
Might have something to do with her not having a ship too, maybe.
Anything
But
interesting happening around town?
it's all good.
What have I done now?
No point in getting mad at her now. What's done is done. A lot of that could have been prevented, but if it wasn't her, it'd have been something else. This place is just
Take your parents' lands?
a mixing pot of problems just waiting to blow up, really. Throw 20 different gunpowders into a keg and see which one goes off first. I mean, that's really all that's going on here. So Isabela may have been a catalyst, but one of many. Like I say, if it wasn't her, it just made room for another one. Seems like people flock to Kirkwall to cause trouble and be part of trouble. It really is the case.
Don't ingest the merchandise.
Alright, so loot the hangman. Seems to be kind of a ritual pattern of mine. Each act, new chapter of the game. See what this guy has. I don't think he sells any armor upgrades. That's what I'm looking for. Armor upgrades and skill tomes. That's really all I'm interested in now. Might be an item here or there that I want, but other than that, this is what I'm mainly looking for. Take this opportunity to sell my extra junk. I guess we can get out of here and go cause some trouble somewhere else. Go take care of maybe Sebastian's little issue since it popped up right here and kind of falls under the companion quests. Kind of what I'm sort of running around doing right now. Getting all those wheels in motion.
My mother used to say that there are a lot more mages now when she was a child.
If you think that was bad, I should tell you about the Black Marsh.
See, when you say things like that, Blondie, it just makes me glad I didn't know you sooner. Who goes to a place named Black Marsh on purpose? Now, if they called it Beer Marsh, no, still doesn't work.
You've got a point. The marsh part does cancel out anything else. Flower Marsh, Kitten Marsh. No, no good. Ah, you've got company. I'll see you later.
Hawk, what can I do for you?
What was Anders here for?
Only place in Kirkwall he can get a decent drink. Blondie comes by here and I put him on my tab. He's got some stories about his days in Ferelden that sound implausible, even to me. He's not bad for a mage. Crazy, but that's most everyone in this city.
I wouldn't say no to a pint.
I should make you buy the drinks, oh champion of Kirkwall.
So, what's the word in Lowtown, Varric?
Nothing you don't know already. The Viscount's departure, a vacuum of power, troubles brewing. Get rid of one thread and another appears. I'm starting to think this city's in love with Crisis. Hope you're ready for it, my friend. I'm keeping Bianca close.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's coming in spades, too. And I see Anders is going around and basically snowing over everyone he can snow over and then alienating everyone who doesn't buy his line of bullshit. That facade. Yeah. Alright, so we'll get on to other stuff. This is just some errand running around, catching up with old friends. Alright, if y'all want to subscribe, click that button up top. For the rest of this Let's Play up to this point, click that image in the middle. Until later, I'll catch you guys later. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.